to chapter 17, motivation in theory and practice. That means there's motivation. So we just don't want to learn motivation. We have to put it empirical. We have to make it empirical. That is what practice is about. We have to enforce it. Not only to learn, but also to enforce it. So what is motivation itself? Motivation is the willingness you have to want to achieve certain objective. Your pen down. The willingness you have to achieve certain objective. That is motivation. There's always going to be a reason why you want to get there. So getting there means you have achieved that objective. So the reason for getting there is the motivation. Do you understand what motivation is here? Do you understand what motivation is or not? Motivation simply means you have a reason to want to achieve what is there for you to achieve. Clear? So I wrote, what is motivation? It is the reason people want to achieve certain objectives. Employees may be given a good pay and conducive working environment, which everybody would want, yeah? Like a very good pay for me and a conducive working environment. That doesn't simply mean I'm motivated. There are other reasons why I could be motivated. So that means employers must understand, must find out or figure out what really makes employees to be happy. So you don't just think about money or working environment, conducive working environment. Some people do not think about that. They might want job satisfaction. Do you understand? So you need to understand the needs of employees and providing them, by satisfying them with these needs, that brings about motivation. So you don't assume for them. You have to understand their point of view. Because when you are able to understand their point of view, then you have given them the reason to put effort, to be committed to the work. Now everyone wants the pay. Everyone wants the working environment to be conducive. But what else do they want? You need to understand it. Without understanding it, you might not be able to make them achieve what is there to be achieved. That's where motivation comes in. Do we understand? Do we understand, please? So that's for businesses. They must understand what the needs of workers are, and ensure that they can satisfy those needs. That makes workers to be motivated. So employees may be given a good pay and conducive working environment. This doesn't mean they can automatically be motivated. Motivation comes as a result of satisfying the needs of employees. So you need to understand the needs of employees. What do they need? Is it money or what? So therefore, businesses must understand what employees' needs are and try to make sure it's possible to satisfy their needs. So as soon as you understand the needs, not just there, you don't end there. That's why we said motivation is in theory and practice. In theory, what makes them to be happy? In practice, making it available, make it enforceable, empirical. Do you understand? So you don't just stop in the theoretical aspect of it. Make it empirical. Let them make it done. Get it done. Because it's based on the action that they will react on. Do you get the point here? Do you get it, please? Do we get it, please? Employers must not use negative motivation, such as monitoring employees closely to get their jobs done, as employees may fear that their wages may be cut. As a result, they put more effort despite not being happy or not motivated. When you talk about motivation, it's not just like you monitoring how effective or efficient or productive your workers are. If you are monitoring them, like you want them to get it done every now and then, they will get it done because there is a fear of losing their pay if they don't get it done. But does that simply apply to being happy? No. Here, they are doing the job, they are making the job, they are doing that job because if they don't, there's penalty for it. But what we are talking about motivation is, even when you are not looking at them, they are getting it done. That is motivation. So this is a negative motivation. If workers are being forced to get the job done because there's a fear of losing their wages or benefits that they could get without getting the work done, that's a negative motivation. So businesses must not use negative motivation. Do you understand what negative motivation is here? Negative motivation comes when workers are getting the job done because they are scared to lose their jobs, they are scared to lose their pay. So I have to be there. I have to be there at 6 o'clock. If I'm not there at 6 o'clock, they will cut my pay. That's the negative motivation. I need to be there because I'm happy to be there. That is positive. Even if you are not there, watching over them, they still get the job done. That means they are motivated. without you monitoring them. So businesses should stop or should not motivate workers using negative motivation, because negative motivation would bring about absenteeism, would bring about lower productivity, and it will lead to lower profits. Do you get the point I'm making about motivation? Do you get it, please? So lack of motivation may lead to absenteeism, which means workers will always find excuses to be absent. Do you get it? Like I told you, I have to go, but if I'm not motivated, I might not even come at all. Look at the difference here. I have an excuse that will make me not to come, but I still find a way to come around and find a way around things. So instead of me to find the excuse, I will find a way around it. But workers that are not motivated, they will use that as an excuse and they wouldn't come at all, because they're not even happy coming. That's absenteeism. Do you get it? Because they are always absent, productivity would fall, because you won't be having your full workforce every now and then. So today 2 workers are absent, tomorrow 1 is absent, like that. So productivity will not increase, it will rather fall. There will be industrial disputes. People will not be happy with each other. Oh, you want to get the job done, I don't want to do it that way. So there will be conflicts between workers. Do you get it? Because yes, people are not motivated. So they're just getting the job done because doing it for that sake of doing. Do you understand? That's for negative motivation or lack of motivation. And because productivity is not increasing, profit will not also increase, because lack of productivity will bring about increasing cost of production. So as a result of that, firms or businesses will still be making a loss. So why can't businesses understand the needs of employees and make it available so that they don't also lose? Do you get the point here? It's a win-win situation if workers are motivated and two employers. Clear? Is it clear, guys? So, a well-motivated workforce will be committed. They will be committed. They won't be absent. They will always find a way to come around. Productive. They will be productive. Why are they productive? They are productive because they are happy doing that job. So even when no one watches them, they still get the job done. That's productivity. And as soon as productivity increases, profit will increase for the firms. Do you understand? So that we have different motivational theories. We have Taylor's motivational theory. We have Maslow's theory. We have